Hey guys, so today I was playing Fortnite and you won't believe what happened. So yeah, this is super glitchy and it was just black right now and I don't know why, but it's always glitchy like this because I'm playing on mobile, so it's never the greatest, but yeah. It always takes forever on the loading screen and this is what happens. And my parachute isn't even on. I don't know why. What's going on? But yeah. So I was landing here, expecting to actually get into the building, but instead, random things started happening. So I was just like, well, what do I do? So for some reason, I took out my locker remotes and decided to do call me. But when I did call me, then I fell. And I couldn't get back. And then for some reason I just got knocked. I was 100 health. I was like, what the heck? And there's already like 60 people left and I couldn't even do anything. And then I was like, what the heck is going on? And why do I have my paper and my pencil? And then I was like, so that makes sense. But then I didn't see that my cousin was behind me trying to revive me because I was knocked. And then I was just like glitching so crazy. I could not do anything at all. And then I came out and I still had my edit paper. I don't know why. And then I started trying to break things and it wasn't working. So then I was just like, okay, let's go through the door. But it wasn't working. I didn't fit. I was like, why is this doing this? And so I was just confused the entire time. Not too confused because this happens to me a lot. But then I was confused that I could actually run, but I was still being glitched. And then once I found a way out, my thing was glitching even more. It was just crazy. And for some reason, I was a default. But I went over here to get the chest when I realized there was no chest. And so I just turned around and went back. And then, meanwhile, my brother and my cousin are like fighting people. And there's 50 people left. I'm still like confused at why I'm glitching this entire time. And so I find a way to get down. And then since I have 30 mats, I think you get 30 mats by being revived or something. I try to build a ramp, but it's not working. And then it just takes away 10 of my mats. But then my brother and my cousin come down and they're perfectly walking down my ramp. And I can't even walk up my ramp. And I'm like, what? And so my cousin gives me a med kit. And then I take it. I'm like, thanks, man. And then I'm reviving myself. And it's like my cousin's my guardian. Because I don't have any guns. I can't pick up any guns. And nothing's even working. And so, I'm confused seeing a triangle right there. So I think, oh, what's a triangle? But I forgot that was what I came through. And then, but I realized that and the wall's completely blocked. So then I just walk outside and I go to the water so I could actually heal up. And then, boom, I go to my actual skin. Because the entire time I was a default, but I never actually was a default. I don't know why it does this. It's so annoying. And so I started getting glitched by that pipe, and then finally I started gaining some shield, and then we had to go because the storm was coming. Okay, and then we were all running to the storm eye, and at this point, I was just curious, but also really mad because I was glitching, and then I got glitched through a tree, and then I went to jump over this rock, and I got glitched as well, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. And then my pickaxe started, hitting, and then I was like, what's happening? And then, so I'm just running, and then I go to my brother, and I'm like, hey, is this storm gonna hit me? Let's see. And then I'm just waiting there, and waiting, because I see the map, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess not. And then my brother marks a blue AR and some minis. So then I'm like, ooh, yes, perfect. And so I go to get the minis and the AR because I have nothing, literally nothing. I can't pick them up, and I can't break anything either. I'm just like, what the heck is going on? Somebody help me. and yeah, I just like, and I just told my brother, can you just break the walls? So then he was breaking the walls. And but it didn't show up on my screen, even though I was able to run right through them. So I was like, oh, okay, then I guess I'm just gonna pick these things up. So then I went to pick them up, and they weren't picking up. And I was like, what? How is this even possible? Like, why does Fortnite do this? And like, I know I'm screen recording, and mobile isn't the best, and also I don't have the best Wi-Fi, so like, but yeah, this is probably why. And so I'm just like running to the storm. I'm kind of behind, and I see if that bush is gonna like glitch me or lag me in any way, and it doesn't. So then I'm like, oh, okay, so little things won't glitch me, but things bigger than bushes will. So I'm just running, and then my brother, he goes up there into this building, and then he finds a big pot, and I'm like, ooh, a big pot. So I go up the stairs and start glitching. I'm like, let's get this big pot. But then I can't grab it, and I'm just stuck. I'm like, so then I just tell my brother, hey, dude, can you help me, please? Because I don't know if I'm going to make it because the storm was coming and I'm glitching through the wall. And then he's like, no, you're going to die. And I was like, well, if I get knocked, can you at least revive me? And he's like, no, sorry. And I'm like, well, then get my car. And then he's like, no. And then I was like, ah. But then I found a way, and I got out. So then I vowed to never do that again. But yeah, the storm was right there, and I didn't notice it until I got into the water. And I was like, oh my gosh, the storm is coming, and it's gonna kill me. And so I was going crazy, and I didn't exactly think it through because I had 100 health, and the storm eye was right there. And I tried to get the big pot that my brother marked, but it wasn't working. And yeah, I just started running, or swimming, I should say. And I was so scared for my life in Fortnite. And then I turned around, and I was like, oh my gosh, the storm is right there. And then I picked up a pistol. I'm like, oh, it works. Yeah, baby, I could finally pick up a gun. Finally. Ooh, XP. And then I started glitching. You might think it's sad and the story ends right there. But no, because I got all the XP. I'm not gonna lose all my health because the storm eye is right there. And plus, there's only 20 people. How did I not notice this when I was playing? Like, this is pretty awesome. I didn't think I was doing this good. So then I pick up some guns, And I'm like, ooh, some minis. And I pick up the minis. And I'm like, wait a second. What? Why are those minis so big? I was so confused. I was laughing so hard. Oh my gosh, I've never seen something like that. Look. I can't even properly drink that. And then I just, it was so absurd. And then I picked up this gold pistol. I'm like, ooh, nice, a gold pistol. So I dropped my green one because it's a green pistol. And, I can't see any of my guns yet, but I think I remembered that I had a gray burst and a heavy AR. So I was like, I'm just gonna drop the burst and get these decoys. And so I got the decoys, and then I just started running. And then I didn't know that my brother and cousin were getting into a fight. And I saw them building some stuff, and I was like, oh, I guess they're just like getting into a fight. And then I run up to this ramp that they built and just jump because I don't know what to do. And then I'm like, ooh, look, a boom bow. And then somebody takes the boom bow. I don't know who took the bow. But then I was like, ooh, this is some nice stuff. And then I'm like, what should I switch this tack for? The decoys. I don't really need the decoys. And so then I'm like, I'm getting some pretty good guns. Oh no, my cousin was knocked. So then I go to revive him, and my brother's like, okay, you're reviving him? And I'm like, yeah, it's all good. And then, I offered him some bandages, but I didn't exactly realize what was going on, and I got stuck in the storm. And so, yeah, I was just running out of the storm. Now I only have like 50 health, but I don't care because I'm me. And you know me. Kind of. I am me. And then I didn't even like pay attention and realize that once I get off of this and I use my bandages, there are 6 people. There's literally 6 people. And why am I not using my bandages? I don't know. Oh, okay, so yeah, I'm using my bandages. 5 people. Using my bandages. I don't even, 4 people. How did I not notice this? Then I'm like, ooh, this is some nice stuff. What should I get? And then I'm like, what should I switch this for? And then I just switched that for that. And then I'm like, should I get this heavy? And then my brother gets it. And then I'm like, no, I already have a heavy AR and I already have a blue shotgun. So I think I'm gonna get this SMG and switch it out for my bandage. And then I switched it out, and then I was just running, and I didn't notice that. And wow, a victory royale! And that was the the weirdest victory royale I've ever had. And then I started shooting for some reason. And I did not expect to get this victory royale, and I did not expect my game to be so glitchy. It was just like, it sucks. Yeah, and it was like, it was absurd. But yeah, thanks guys, like and subscribe. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment down below what your favorite part of the video was, and goodbye. Wait, am I still? Oh, whoops.